Hey guys, so I am finally making this update video. As you can probably tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be taking a break starting at the end of this week. So you guys will be getting Clone Wars, Supernatural, Ms. Marvel, and Classic Who, but then I am going to, take a break for a little bit. My mental health is not really great right now. I have talked about in various videos before that I am insanely burnt out. I've got some other stuff going on too, and it's just altogether not good for me to keep recording at this given moment in time. I know there's going to be a lot of you that are not going to want to sit through this whole update video. I totally get that. Don't even worry about it. So the main updates that I want to give before I really get into it is that I'm going to be taking a break until August at some point, probably the beginning of August, but I'm not going to give myself a hard date back because I think that's just going to stress me out, that I need to get everything together before a specific date. So at some point towards the beginning of August, I will be back. Okay. The other thing that I do want to say is that I will also be taking a break for 2 weeks at the end of September. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say it. I'm actually going on vacation then, and there was a big part of me that was resisting or refusing to take a break now because I knew that I was going to take a couple of weeks off at the end of September because I'm going on vacation. It's already paid for, and the thing is I have to do this right now for my own mental health. And the other kind of logistical updates when it comes to Patreon, any of you guys that might be curious about stuff over there, you guys will still be getting the movie reactions on time. But as of right now, I'm going to be stopping the Star Trek reactions. I would have loved to get out this week's Star Trek reaction. They typically go out on Saturdays, but I was unable to film the one that's supposed to go out on Saturday. So right now the break for Star Trek reactions will start now, but the movies will still go out. They're already filmed and kind of good to go, so there won't be any delays on that. So you will at least get that content during this break. Just wanted to say that. All right, so if you are anybody who just wanted the updates, those are the updates. Gonna take a break until the beginning of August right now, and there will be a time at the end of September that 2 weeks I will be off because I will be traveling at that given moment in time. So if that's all you care about knowing, you can click off the video now. For the rest of you, I kind of wanted to just talk about it a little bit. And one of the reasons that I want to talk about it is not necessarily, it's not really to explain myself to you guys. I think a lot of you watching this probably understand what burnout feels like and all of that. But I do think it's important to talk about it. I don't have the biggest platform in the world, but I have some type of platform. And I think it's important that even maybe if one of you watching this video kind of can get something from it, realize that other people go through maybe the same things that you do, anything like that. I wanted to kind of get into what my experience has been these past few months. So probably around the end of May, I was starting to feel kind of tired, kind of lethargic, kind of just exhausted when it came to my channel. And I wasn't physically tired. You know, I was getting enough sleep, I was taking care of myself, and I knew that I had a busy season coming up with Stranger Things, The Boys, Miss Marvel, all of this stuff kind of showing up, that I, you know, was really paying attention to staying hydrated, getting enough sleep, you know, all of the things that you typically do. But I was still already feeling kind of tired. But it was more of a mentally tired, if that makes sense. And what's interesting is sometimes I feel like you don't necessarily know that you're getting burnt out until you're really in it. Because let's be real, there are some days I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm not having a good day today. And I still gotta record, I still gotta edit, I still gotta do whatever. And that's just life. Sometimes you just have bad days. So sometimes it's a little hard to realize if, like, am I just having a bad couple of days? Or am I getting to the point where I'm exhausted and burnt out, right? And, you know, the last break that I had was long for you guys, I think, probably. Tiring for me. You know, it was when I moved at the end of last year, and, you know, as much as I can say that it was a break, I wasn't filming and I wasn't editing during that time. I was also not in my own place. A lot of it was sleeping on an air mattress. There was a lot of, you know, and I really don't want to complain about it. It was all in all a good experience, and, you know, but it wasn't the most relaxing break in the world. It was stressful. And, you know, I just dove right back into it. I think I came back with like 8 or 9 shows. How many shows did I come back? It was a lot. And, you know, plus everything on Patreon. And I, you know, was like, I have to get all of these reactions out. And then, you know, I kept going. And then whenever my schedule kind of lessened a little bit, I added Arcane and Squid Game to the mix because I missed those shows and they were highly recommended. So I was like, let's go. And before I knew it, you just kept going. I just kept going. And then we were at the new Stranger Things season and the Boys season, and, you know, it just kept going. And I knew at this point, after Miss Marvel ends this week, that I had a couple of weeks where I wasn't going to have any new shows. I wasn't going to have anything going on. Besides my business as usual shows, which is Classic Who, Clone Wars, Supernatural. And even then, I was saying to myself, I can't have just 3 videos go out a week. Are you crazy? I can't do that. Why? I don't really know why I think that. I absolutely can. But for some reason, I have it kind of programmed in my head that I need to be producing 5 to 8 reactions a week, let alone what I do on Patreon. And it just, you know, I need to be consistent. Consistency is great. And I think it is, by the way. I think a lot of people actually appreciate my consistency when it comes to a lot of this stuff. However, it's kind of crazy to me when I think about it that I was really worried about the few weeks that I was only going to have 3 videos go out. You know, and now I've gotten to the point where I will have no videos go out, but, you know. And during this time, this kind of lull, so to speak, I was going to stock up on my business as usual shows. I was going to film a ridiculous amount of Supernatural, a ridiculous amount of Classic Who, and a ridiculous amount of Clone Wars. Because mid-August is going to show up, and guess what? There's going to be a lot of shows, and my schedule is not going to lighten up, I believe, until sometime in 2023. I'm not kidding. There are so many shows, and then everything's getting a spin-off now. They're talking about a spin-off to The Boys, and there's a Witcher spin-off, and there's all this stuff. There's Marvel shows and Star Wars shows and just all of this stuff. And it's constant. And during this time that I don't have a lot going on, what do I have to do? I have to film as much as I humanly possibly can for these shows that I can get ahead on, so that, I can, focus on the other shows as they're premiering. And man, I was, basically, that was what the plan was. And it was going to still be a lot of work. And I just sort of looked at the fact that, okay, well, I'm going to have 2 weeks off in September. However, those 2 weeks, though it's going to be fun and it'll be great, I'm going on vacation, it's absolutely not a bad thing at all. It is going to be not, I don't know how to put this, not the most relaxing vacation, because I'm going to have to do a lot of driving for it. There's this whole, I can't really say too much on that, but it'll be busy from day one to the end, and as much as that's going to be great, and I'm going to have fun, it's not the kind of mental health rest that I currently need. So as, June was going on and I was recording more and more, having longer and longer days, these Stranger Things days and The Boys, I would wake up 4 a.m., 5 a.m., get ready, record, then have to edit, then have to re-edit, then have to re-upload, then have to, whatever. And it was just, depending on copyright issues, and sometimes they went through without a hitch, and sometimes they didn't, and whatever. It was a lot. And at the time, I was really trying to figure out, I was like, am I actually burnt out, or am I just having a lot of long days? Because they are long days. I would start at like 5 a.m., whatever, and then be done at like 9 p.m. with my break being feeding my dog and taking him for a walk. You know what I mean? So it was hard for me to gauge. But the most recent weeks, basically I found out that I am beyond burnt out. Sometimes it kind of sucks that you don't realize that you're burnt out until you're well past the point of being burnt out. I would sit down to record, and I've had various, in the past couple of weeks, I've had various instances where I've sat down to record, and either before or after the reaction, I kind of like break down and cry. It's like really embarrassing to admit, but I'm being genuinely honest. And I recorded this 2 episodes, as I typically, do 2 episodes at a time, or 2 reactions at a time, I should say. Finished recording it, pressed, the stop button on my camera, and just bawled, crying, so upset that I think I recorded the worst reactions of my life. Is that the case? Probably not. Probably not, because you know what? I can't even pinpoint why I would think that they were bad reactions. But I think there's something to be said of when you're mentally kind of checked out, when you're not in it, right? You kind of assume that everything you're putting out there is not that great. It doesn't matter if it is or not. For an example, those of you who watch my Stranger Things reactions, the finale, I was convinced was like a terrible reaction. Even when I was editing it, I was like, this is awful. And I'm just so past the point of burnout that everything that I put out there, everything that I record, regardless of what other people think, I think is just bad because I'm mentally just not okay right now. And so, I'm also dealing with some anxiety in my life, which I think the best way that I can put it is my channel causing me anxiety? No, not really. I know I've struggled with anxiety before, and it's kind of in other avenues of my life and everything. But is me being burnt out helping my anxiety? Absolutely not. It is absolutely not. And it's gotten to the point where I'm just not okay. And I need to take a little bit of time to gather myself, get myself together, and give myself a little bit of a mental break. There's this struggle all the time that, thinking that I don't deserve to say that I'm feeling burnt out. Because I get a lot of love from you guys. I get a lot of support from you guys. And I do something that I truly love with this channel. I love it. I adore it. I'm so grateful and lucky. So it's hard for me to even say all of it is burning me out because I love it so much. How can something you love burn you out, right? And but it has. And it's just gotten to the point where what I'm recording and how I'm feeling about everything, you guys aren't getting the best product that you deserve because I'm not okay right now. I'm not. And it's important that I take care of myself so that you guys can get good reactions, that I can be okay. Sometimes I guess I forget the fact that it's not entirely natural to put yourself out there almost every single day. There's a good portion of my days I'm on camera and I'm putting myself out there for people to have access to me. And if I'm slightly off, they will pick me apart. Not all of you. A lot of you guys are really, really sweet and, I fucking love you. But, it's not natural to put yourself out there that much and then have, a lot of people commenting on everything that maybe you say or whatever it is. And sometimes it's probably good for people that make YouTube videos or maybe in any sort of related industry where you have to put yourself out there a lot, right? To actually take a break from dealing with a lot of people. And it could be all good. It could be good comments. I'm not saying that there's like an overly large amount of anything kind of picking you apart, but I just feel it a little bit more. And I feel like I just need a little bit of a break from putting myself out there, filming myself and putting myself out there, especially when I'm not really doing that well at the moment. I am exhausted. I'm so tired and I need just a little bit of a mental break. And again, this isn't me trying to really explain myself to you. I guess it is in some regard, but I don't mean it in like, I think you won't understand. I just want to get this out there in case anybody, can relate or I want it to be very clear that everybody struggles with stuff. And, I was looking at my schedule and I was like, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to do it. Because what's going to happen? The next sea of shows is going to premiere and I'm going to be working August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Oh, more shows going April, May, and it's just going to keep going on and on and on. And I want to give myself a little bit of a break and say, hey, you're allowed to take a break. And any other YouTuber or whoever might be watching this, you're allowed to take a break too. Particularly, I will say this, I cannot speak to any other genres of YouTube or anything like that. With reactors, our schedule a lot of the time is decided by TV schedules and the amount of shows that we react to and all of that. But, deep down, you can make your own schedule and you can say, I need to take a break for myself. And that's what I need to do right now. It absolutely sucks that I had to get to the point where I was feeling really stressed out and kind of cry. I mean, I was fairly honest with it in the boys' finale reaction that like I was just crying. I was like, I can't do. I just do not want to put myself. I don't want to record myself anymore. Like I need a break from it. And again, it's a complete mind fuck because I absolutely love what I do. I'm just tired. So I just wanted to make this video, try to explain myself the best that I can. I'm even a little stressed out right now because I feel like I may not be explaining myself in the best way. But that's just how it goes right now. I'm not at my best and I need to take care of myself in order to give you guys good videos. So after this week, there's going to be a little bit of a break. And as much as I feel bad about it, there will also be another break in September. And I know the majority of you who are actually watching this video, you're not the ones that I need to say I'm sorry about. The majority of people who are taking the time to actually watch this video means you somewhat care about me, right? You don't care. You're not the ones that are going to give me shit for taking a break now and then taking a break again at the end of September. You people are not the problem. But what you people are the people that actually matter. So, I don't want to cry, so I'm going to stop this. Hopefully it all kind of makes sense. I'm going to get through the videos this week and then I will see you guys in August. But I need to take care of myself in order to make content that that I'm going to feel good about and you guys will enjoy. Does that make sense? Maybe? Sort of. All right. I think that's about it. Thank you for any kind comments you possibly leave on this video in support or whatever. But I think that's about it. I really need this break and yeah, I just want to get better for you guys. All right. And for myself. And for myself. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.